How you doing, everyone? Scott back again. It's been ages, I know. I'm not dead, I am fully alive, but just been taking a bit of a break from YouTube. I've not even been watching videos. I've kind of really switched myself off, and now I've got a broken tripod that is literally being held up by bits of cardboard. But yeah, it's been ages, and I just needed that kind of time just to, just switch off and, just listen to music and not. I think I was talking to Andy. Well, talk to Andy and Mike and Mark and stuff all the time, but Andy said it was quite a good thing to just go away and listen to music without having to kind of overanalyze it or know that you're going to be talking about it. So that's what I kind of just did. I just went away and kind of enjoyed the music when I could. I've not had a massive amount of time to listen to music, to be honest. Well, I have, but I just needed that kind of break. So I'm now back for who knows how long. But I thought I would make this video today and show you some of the stuff I've been listening to, some of the stuff I've bought. One awesome thing that I need to show you, which was partly to do with Metal Mickey. Well, not partly, pretty much all to do with Metal Mickey. So I'll show you that at the end because it's awesome. But I'll get into some stuff. I've got some CDs, vinyl, reissues, new releases, and the big boy at the end. So here we go. This is a CD that, well, this is an album I would recommend to everyone, and trying to get it on vinyl is an absolute nightmare. It got reissued on CD, and it was one I'd say, oh, you've got to try this album, it's awesome. Oh yeah, it's an amazing album, and I just never had it for some reason. And I've had it for months now, but it's one I listen to all the time, and it's Wildside and Under the Influence. So if you're looking for that kind of, it's from 1992, so it's kind of past the whole hair metal era, but it's just from start to finish, it's awesome. And I don't say many things are really awesome, but this is awesome. So if you've not heard this, which a lot of you probably have heard it, but now actually having a copy of it has just been amazing. I've just had it on all the time. If you've not heard it, try the first song, Hang On Lucy. Monkey See, Monkey Do. Aladdin Sin is just one of the best kind of sleaze metal, hard rock songs ever. It's just a great song. So that's one I've been listening to a lot. Wildside and Under the Influence, I just love it. And the next one is one that's been mentioned so many times in the VC, but one of those I've just kind of passed by and not really paying much attention to. But it's Aventasia and Moonglow. Tobias Sammet, who is the lead singer for Ed Guy, this is his kind of own project, and he has loads of different people collaborating on this. You've got Hansi Kirch, Ronnie Atkins, Jorn Lande, Millie Petroza, Candice Knight, Jeff Tate, Eric Martin, Michael Kiske, and a whole load of other singers and instrumentalists. So I would give this a go. It's a concept album, and it flows really well. It's that kind of I would say it's kind of like that kind of German fantasy power metal kind of stuff. But I mean, it gets heavy. I can't remember what is it. The Raven Child. I can't remember which one Millie Petroza's on, but that gets pretty heavy. That's probably the heaviest song on it, but really good. So I listen to that a lot. And I'll go on to this vinyl reissue, Fight, War of Words, originally released in 1993. Just an awesome album. Again, an awesome album. Into the Pit, Nailed to the Gun, Immortal Sin, Kill It. Kill It is, if that song doesn't sell you this album, then this album is not for you, because that song is awesome, along with Into the Pit. They're the two real standout tracks on this. But it does have Russ Parrish on guitar, who is now Satchel in Steel Panther. When I saw this coming out for Reissue, I was all over it. It took a while to get here. I mean, I don't know what the... I don't know how many copies they made or whatever, but it took a while to actually come. Released by Century Media, just on black vinyl, but it's a great, great album. That's been on a lot as well. On to new releases. Here's one I thought was awesome. Sabaton and The War to End All Wars. Pretty much going along the same lines as their last album, which was about World War One as well. But they've really just kind of hit their stride, although not in an amazing way. They've hit their stride that they know obviously exactly what they're doing now when they go into make an album. They've just got this template, which is fine. But sometimes I wish they'd bring some of the older elements back, because it is quite melodic. It's almost like you're listening to, it's like you're listening to a musical. You know, it's not that melodic, but if you know what I mean, it's got that kind of element about it. This was meant to be just the standard version, but I think they fucked up in the pressing plant, and they've basically put the first lot out as the history edition. So you get like a wee intro. It's like a spoken part before, which I wasn't really bothered about, but when you actually hear it with the music, it's amazing. When you just listening to the full thing all the way through, with all the wee intros, and obviously talking about whatever song it's about to basically burst into. But check out songs like Stormtroopers, Dreadnought, Soldier of Heaven is awesome, Hellfighters, Lady of the Dark, some really cracking tracks. But like I was saying, I wish I'd go back to some of their earlier stuff when it wasn't so almost programmed. It's like they almost go back into the studio, everything's set up to record, and they just record it and that's it. You know, just a bit more like variety in, say, tempo, and I kind of get like the chord progressions are starting to get a bit samey, but at the same time it's really good. But I wish I'd kind of just mix it up a bit, just to kind of keep you on your toes. But overall, really good. Next up is the release from Eliminator. What's this called? Ancient Light. This was okay. It didn't really blow me away on the first listen. The one song that did stand out was, is it The Library? The Library, I think it is a great track. That reminded me of Mighty Wings from Top Gun. So if you're a fan of Top Gun, you know the song Mighty Wings by Kenny Loggins. The song The Library is Mighty Wings, pretty much. But yeah, overall, really good. Released on Dissonance Records. It's not going to make my top 5, but still really great release from Eliminator. It's just what they do. So that was decent. One I wasn't too impressed on is the new Ghost. Now, I know it's like that new thing that it's cool to hate Ghost. I've always liked Ghost. Like their first 3 albums are awesome. I love them. I love those 3. It got into their last album, which was Prequel, and they had a couple of great tracks on it, but then it kind of just, you know, it was a bit kind of poppy and slow, and I just thought, you know, hopefully they go back to really what I enjoyed about them. It was quite heavy, it was doomy, although it was still melodic. It had that kind of heavy metal about This is their new one. It's called Impera, I think. Impera. And I was lost listening to this. I just thought they're just a completely different band now. You know, and do you know what it is? It's not that it's a bad album, which sounds weird because I've just said I don't like it. It's not that it's a bad album, but I would get stuff like this from other artists. You know, I wish they would just do what Ghost did. It's very pop rock now. I mean, it's always had that kind of pop element, but it's magnified now. It's really slow as well. They don't have those kind of like gritty riffs that they used to have. It's all just got a bit commercial, and you know, it was kind of the route that I didn't want Ghost to go down. I mean, it's hard to read this, but the songs like Hunter's Moon's good. I think it's Watcher in the Sky is a good one as well. Kaiserian's okay, but it's just a bit kind of, it's over the top for what they are. I mean, I've seen Ghost live and they put on a great stage show, they really do. And I was excited when this album was getting released, but I mean, I'm about 5 listens in now and I'm just, I mean, that Call Me Little Sunshine is not a good song. It really isn't. Couple of great ones on here, but overall I would give it like a 4 out of 10. And I know that's not what people are thinking about this album. I thought a lot of people would be hating this album, but it seems everyone loves this album. But for me, it's just too far gone into like the kind of the pop element. So that is Ghost. Impera. I hope they just go back and just do some of their kind of more raw, just gritty riffing that they used to do, because the first 3 albums are fantastic. Okay, let's get on to the Joe and the Crown. So, it's got a bit of a story behind it. I was at work one day and Metal Mickey, pung up a message on our group chat, which is like the Contact and Blood guys. And he says, "Oh, look at this." So it was a link for Facebook Marketplace. And so, out of interest, had a wee click on it. And it was the first 10 years Iron Maiden box set, which I'm going to show you right now. So, it was this. Iron Maiden, the first 10 years, released in 1990, and it's all the singles from 1980 to 1990 in one box. So, I didn't even know the story behind this. I thought, like, I knew it was an Iron Maiden box set, but I knew it was rare. One of those things you probably never get, because they are so rare. And so basically the story behind this is, and I didn't know this because I was like 4 when it came out, but I thought this was like, you were able to buy this as a box set in 1990. But what it was is, over 10 weeks, they released, it was on CD as well, but they released, over the 10 weeks, they released 10 singles, or 2, like, I think it's 2 singles on each. It's like every single's a gatefold, which I'll show you in a minute. So over the 10 weeks, you had to collect all the singles, 12-inch singles, gatefolds, and with every single you got a token. So once you'd collected all the singles, you put all the tokens together, and then you could send away for the storage box. So I think that's why it is so rare, because probably a lot of people fell off the wagon trying to collect all 10 in 10 weeks and missed out on a couple or whatever. As you can see, it does have a bit of wear, but if you price these up on eBay, they are going for between 300 and 400, 500 pound. So they are one of the most kind of rare pieces from Iron Maiden. So anyway, getting back to this link that Mike sent me, it was coming up £150, and I was like, £150? I've seen one of these in wrecked condition for like £250 in my local record shop. So I went through the listing, looked at it all seemed fine. I mean, he said it was in excellent condition for its age. the records haven't looked like they haven't even been played. So I was like, okay. So I kind of went back and forward with the guy, really nice guy, and I said, look, is it still available? I'd be interested in buying it, and it was just along the road from me, so I could have picked it up, which was the kind of the big sales point for me. And he said, look, I've been offered loads more money over what I originally put it up for, and I said, look, no bother. I thought I would give it a shot, but you know, I'm not, just to let you know, I'm not like a trader or a seller. I'm not going to buy it and then sell it on. I just want to basically have it to listen to. So, do you know what? Out of the goodness of his heart, he just said, do you know what? It's yours. I want it to go to a fan. I think Mike put a bit of work in there as well. He was messaging him saying, no, Scott's not got the CD and stuff, so, or he doesn't have it at all. I've got the CD, so he could have put in a good word for me. But he got back to me saying, look, if you can get it in the next couple of days, it's yours. So I thought, what, like a really decent guy. But then that kind of starts you thinking, you know, is this too good to be true? And it wasn't too good to be true. Or was it too good to be true? No, it wasn't too good to be true. So after work, a couple of days later, I drove, it was about an hour away, and met him, really nice guy. It was his dad's. He says he didn't even know why his dad had it, because he didn't even like Iron Maiden. But it seems like he went to the trouble of collecting all these singles and then sending away for this storage box for it. So there's a bit of a Up the Irons, 1980 to 1990. So I'm just going to show you quickly what we're on, 16 minutes. I'll show you kind of quickly what's in here. So the first one is the one that's kind of got the most, I would say, wear. I think it's because it's been standing up, like in the box. It's got a bit of a, it's not affected the discs, but it's got a little bit of like a warp in the cardboard. They've all kept all the hype stickers, and all of them come with this kind of stamp on it, basically with the front cover of the box, so that's how you know it's part of this collection. So there we have that and that. So you've got Running Free, Sanctuary, Drifter, I've Got the Fire, and then it says there it contains the vouchers for the box. All of them are gatefolds, and honestly, I was talking to the guy and I was looking through these, looking through the discs, and they're mint. I mean, they hardly had any dust on them. I couldn't even believe it. There we have Women in Uniform and Twilight Zone. So obviously you're getting the artwork on each side. Next up is Purgatory and Maiden Japan. So this is just a really awesome set to have. I mean, it's something that doesn't come along often, and when it does, I mean, you're talking big bucks. But this is just a kind of one of those like kind of fluke incidents. So major props to Mike for setting me on the trail. Run to the Hills and Number of the Beast. Flight of Icarus and The Trooper. So yeah, I was talking to the guy, and he said he collects vinyl, but he was more like a kind of new wave guy. He liked, I don't know, the Police and all that kind of stuff. And he says, oh, you could walk out the door now and sell that for 350 quid. I was like, I know, but that's not really that's not really why I'm here. I just want to have it and listen to. So I think that's what he kind of appreciated, that he wanted someone who's going to get it to really appreciate the box. I think it's because it was his dad's as well, which you don't really get many people like that now. I mean, honestly, the most decent guy. I think he got offered near to 300 over, and he still went. He still gave it to me. So I mean, you can't say anything about that. 2 Minutes to Midnight. Again, every one of them has this kind of wee stamp on it, and Aces High. Here you have, what's this? Running Free, Sanctuary, Murders in the Rue Morgue, Run to the Hills, Phantom of the Opera, Lost for Words, and I think all of these have Nickel McBrain as well, talking about recording sessions and all that kind of stuff. Nearly there. Wasted Years and Stranger in a Strange Land. I mean, these are in mint condition. I mean, this looks like it's just out its wrapper. I mean, it's not even like individually they're scuffed, or, I mean, they're all in great condition. Yeah, so Wasted Years, Reach Out, Sheriff of Huddersfield, bet you've all heard that one. Stranger in a Strange Land, Juanita. So yeah, I love that artwork as well. There's the gatefold. Yeah, it's one of those things I just couldn't pass up on. Clairvoyant and Infinite Dreams. And the last one, Can I Play with Madness and The Evil That Men Do. So there we are, that is the box set. So basically you had to collect all these and you got sent this box. I mean, the box has seen better days, but you know, for being from 1990, for being a box the size that it is, I think it's done pretty well, and it's kept all these singles in perfect condition. So yeah, that is Iron Maiden and the first 10 years, something that, you know, I've said it before, I've said it a lot in this video, but you don't expect to kind of own anything like that unless you win the fucking lottery or something, where you're just really lucky, and I was just really lucky with the help of Metal Mickey. So Mike, thank you for that, and that will do us. 22 minutes, I've absolutely spoiled you. So that is it. Hopefully I'll be back soon, but in the meantime, I'm going to start watching videos again, so I hope nobody's offended that I've not been watching any other videos. I've not watched anyone's videos, not even the boys. So I'll try and get back on that. There's a few I want to catch up on because I see them pinging up all the time, but you know, sometimes it's just good to just clear your head and then refresh and start again. So there we go, that is it. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I will see you guys very soon. Cheers.